McMahon says, golf courses sell real estate, and that's why they are built.
Hello, and thanks for joining us again. This is the Property Show with Gimalo. In this show, we will bring you the properties for sales, for lease, and for rent. And also, we're bringing you tips on the Land Use Act of Nigeria. Also, we'll be educating you on how to use some building materials. It's going to be a great edition. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
says that in the absence of any stipulation as to the length of notice to be issued to any tenant, the tenancy law has its own tenancy, has its own length of notices to be given to various tenants. And that is not mindful of the fact that you said the landlord has breached. Normally. And for a weekly tenant, people call tenants at will. Those are people that are there illegally. They're not supposed to be there at all. You give them only 1 week notice. For a monthly tenant, for you to eject a monthly tenant, you give the monthly tenant 1 month's notice. For a yearly tenant, for a quarterly tenant, they pay every 3 months. You give them 3 months notice. For a yearly tenant, you give them 6 months notice. Now, when you now add to the fact that the tenant is not at fault, the landlord is at fault. Now, the view of the court is that yes, you have a right to your property, but you must either provide an alternative accommodation for the tenant before you evict him, before you get that eviction judgment, or you give him 6 months in lieu of notice. 6 months to look for an alternative place. So whether it's the tenant at fault or the landlord is at fault, that tenancy applies. That tenancy law. But if, in the opinion of the court feels that 6 months is too small, considering the fact that the tenant has just made payment, maybe 1 year, 2 years advance rent, and he has not even finished the tenancy, and you're the one that has breached the tenancy, the court can give you a year. The court can give you, I don't think it can give you more than a year, but at least a year period within which you can resettle yourself. It depends eventually on the court. But in that circumstance, it's the tenant that should take the landlord to court. And we know how it is. If you're the one that is on the receiving end, it won't be funny for the landlord, because you will expect that the tenant will want to, through his lawyer, lengthen the time that he will spend in court, and it's to the detriment of the owner of the property. So it's always better that they resolve the differences before it gets to the issue of court.
and style to fit all applications. Tile is widely adaptable and can be used in an array of settings from kitchens and baths to dinings and living room. Whether it's the stone finish you are after or a traditional glazed finish, there's a style to suit every taste. As always, style counts, and tile is no exception to that rule. Tile has a finish and style to adapt to any decor. From southwest to cosmopolitan, there is a color and a texture to fit every need. There is an unlimited variety to tile, from bright vibrant colors to muted tones and everything in between. And a brief trip to any tile house or home improvement retailer will prove this point. While colors and textures can vary greatly between manufacturers, virtually any combination of color and texture can be found on today's market.
That's how it's been on the Property Show with Gimalo. Join us same station, same time next week. Thank you.